Yes, people, and welcome to another edition of The Rivals. Big up yourselves and welcome back to the show. If it's your first time, do welcome yourself. Make yourself feel at home. It's going to be another great show. Big up to the chat already, Adrian. I see you in the chat. Big yourself up, and Rich 065, big yourself up as well. And big up to the people on the pitch, our sister channel as well, man. Big everyone up. I'm gonna bring the guests on straight away. It's the usual faces. Chinks, how you doing, broski? How are you, man?
Man. Thanks for having me. How you doing, man?
Yeah, man, I'm chilling, man. You know, always working, always busy. But
That's
we're here to
meant
talk about ball, man. We're here to talk about the latest gossip and what's trending at the moment. Also, we've got Toon Tactics TV. How you doing, my guy? Good.
Big up, big up. Always a pleasure to be on here and a great panel as always with you, Chinks, and everybody else. And I have to say to the chat as well, you guys are, especially as Tottenham fans, you're so privileged to have Ashmatic as one of your content creators. I get to watch some of his tactic shows and stuff like that. I'm a Newcastle fan and I'm learning from his stuff as well. So it's such a privilege to be here. And let's talk football, guys. Let's do this.
And also we have Yomes here as well. Big up yourself. How you doing, my broski? How's health?
Good, man. All good. All health is wealth, bro. All good, man.
Cool, man. Cool. We're gonna get straight into it, guys.
He's so happy, even his specs are shining, bro. Like,
Trust me. Trust me, I'm haps, man. I'm haps. In fact, I might be the only one, but
according to the algorithm, you're the only
algorithms.
Algorithm be algorithm. So let's talk about it, man. Man United have now announced that Ten Hag is here to stay, and he's going to be taking another 2 years. Is that right, Yoms? Correct me if I'm wrong. Another 2 year extension.
A year left on his contract, and then they're looking at adding another 2 years on it. So
so 3 years in total. All right.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. It's got to be done that way because that's the only way to really prove that they're gonna back him. Is they need to give him that contract extension. Let the players know, like, okay, you ain't just gonna be messing around for a year and then see the back of him.
Before you get there, I want to get the panel's thoughts because obviously you're the main guy. You're Man United, and I just want to know everyone else's thoughts on it. So, do you think Ineos came in, Chinks? I'll start with you. They're like the new regime. Apparently, I think Man United are now, according to like wealth, they're like one of the richest in the club in the Premier League at the moment. I think they even surpass Man City at the moment in terms of wealth. They've had a chance to look at Ten Hag. Obviously, they've seen his work. Obviously, that includes losses at home against Bournemouth, the Coventry scrape. You know.
We know all of that. We know all of that.
Context on this, bro. I'm trying to marinate. You know what I'm saying? So we have to put bottom of the Champions League, crashing out of the Champions League real fast. Rashford not performing. Sancho running all the way to. No, I'm joking, but yeah. What do you think of the actual Manchester United saga with Ten Hag staying? Good move for them.
I think so, man. I like Ten Hag, man. Well, let me not say I like him. I kind of understand his plight. It reminds me of Arteta. Like, do you know what I mean? Like the hurdles he has to go. But of course, he's won back to back. That's something.
Yeah, he's the most successful manager other than Pep. I mean, in the last couple of years. So
speaks volumes. What more than Klopp?
I mean, in the last 2 seasons,
Klopp never won that the season before last.
No, I didn't win anything.
Seriously?
We finished fifth.
Finished fifth, right? Didn't they?
That was the blip. So technically, you know, Man United had
so that's the fact.
2 trophies.
You know what? His tenure just reminds me of Arteta so much. Like the Aubameyang, the Ronaldo, they're trying to implement a system with the players that can't do it, and then still manage to pull true trophies out of thin air. And then you know what? And it's just to Arsenal and me. You know, like how you you always blame the owners for not backing the managers, but then you don't put any pressure on the managers to give anything to prove to the owners that they should stay, because Wenger said that he had early success, and that was a key part in convincing the board to keep him on board. Do you know what I mean? So Ten Hag's theoretically done the same thing. He's got early success, which therefore gives the managers
More time.
more confidence and gives you more. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it makes
So
sense.
I think it makes sense to me personally.
Fair enough, man. And what do you say, Tune Tactics? Are you in agreement with Chinks, or do you have something different? How do you see it?
I think Man United are in a win-win situation because you got what you've made or are making the foundational changes in terms of your structure that you've always wanted. The main thing is Man United's structure. That's what matters. And you've got Barada and you're trying to get Ashworth in. We'll talk about that later. But you've got all these other board members and stuff like that you're trying to get in, which you've got now. Actual footballing decision makers, Wilcox and all these other guys. That's Man United. Who the manager is after that, or it's not even manager now. It's really head coach. Welcome to the head coach world. So it doesn't really matter. You've got the vision and the people have outlined the vision and you just need the person to go and operate and outline that vision. So it doesn't matter if it's Ten Hag, De Zerbi, whoever. They all have to cook or play according to that vision. So Ten Hag, they're in a win-win situation in my view. Whether Ten Hag succeeds, they win. Whether he loses, they change and go where else. Obviously, Man United's biggest problem before was they always kind of try to, and I don't blame them. When you had someone as successful, I think the greatest manager in Premier League history, in my view, Sir Alex Ferguson, you want to try and repeat that model for your Van Gaals, for your Marinos. The problem is when those projects flop, the vision of Marino is still somehow connected to the vision of Van Gaal, and that vision is connected to this manager, and that's where we've had all this kind of unsubtleness. Whereas now, and this is where people should be worried, because even if Man United finish outside the top 4, top 6 next season, I'm really worried about Man United in the next 2-3 seasons because they're still Man United in name and they've still got financial backing. The problem now is they've got a brain. They've got brains in there that can make footballing decisions, and over time they will come back. And so, I think and Joms can correct me if I'm wrong. They've had tons of interviews and people have been talking about that, but it's been Man United. It's been managers approaching them. Can I get the job? Can I get the job? And the reason why so many of them have been rejected, I know Tuchel tried to say, he just wants to retire now. I think they said, this is who we are. This is our vision. Can you do what we want? And the answer was no. Well, then go away then. I think, and I'll end it on this. This is what makes me think that Ten Hag is the ultimate survivor. he's like, yeah, I can do it. In fact, I don't know if you saw the news on Wilcox saying, I wanted him to change tactically, and he did it. Like, I'm always wondering, can the real Ten Hag stand up? And I think the real Ten Hag is the survivor, and he's got it, and he's got the trophies from it. So it's a win-win.
Survivor Hag, yeah?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on. We're getting something in. Hold on. Before I come to you, Yoms. Wait.
You know? I'm not leaving.
Right, so Yoms, we're coming into.
It was Deji's face. Deji's face. Deji's face.
If Deji was here, that would be his reaction right now, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm asking you, Yoms, like, obviously you're big Manchester United right now. Big Manchester United, and you see managers come and go. Stelios has come in, and they've kind of like lifted the club in terms of, ambition, I would say, in terms of like spending power, what you can really do muscle-wise in the market. Does that put a different expectation on Ten Hag? Now, the reason why I asked that is because we're going into his 3rd season. So, like, if it was a new manager, you kind of give that new manager time, whatever, 1st season, 2nd season, you give him a blight, whatever. But, I'm looking at Manchester United as an institute. Do you know what I'm trying to say? As a global sports, heritage football club. Now, would you say, what would be the bare minimum for you? I'm not going to be asking you like a pedantic question. I'm just going to ask you, what would be the bare minimum for you as a Manchester United fan, knowing what you're coming from? What would be for the third season for Ten Hag, what are the requirements? What do you think they should be aiming for?
As a minimum, we have to be playing in the Champions League. However we get there, because obviously we're the Europa League now, so he's either going to win a trophy to get there, or he's got to finish in the top 4 to get there. And I think it's next season is going to be really difficult to get into that top 4. I think we're probably going to see the craziest top 4 challenge that we've seen in a long time, because Newcastle will be back. They won't have the level of injuries that they had last year. Ten Hag won't have any excuses. He'll be back this summer with at least 4 players, I think. And when Toon mentioned football people as the brain, I think the reason that United have been flopping since, everybody says since Fergie left, it is since Fergie left, but it's also since David Gill left. The reason we've been flopping since those 2 left is because we've had owners who don't understand football, so leave everything to a manager. And if you've just got a manager that's making all the decisions, it can work for a little while, but it can't work long term. So I think Ten Hag won't have any excuses. Newcastle will be back. Villa, I don't think are going anywhere. People are hoping it's a purple patch, but I don't think it is. So I think you've got 5-6 teams looking at, assuming City will be there or thereabouts again, assuming Arsenal will be there or thereabouts again. I think you've got a good 4 or 5 teams vying for 2 positions, and I think it's going to be a real tough ask. So yeah, to answer your question directly, for me, the bare minimum, I don't think he has to win another trophy next year. The good thing about winning back-to-back is it gives you that breathing space of a year or so. But I think we have to be playing Champions League football. That's the absolute minimum.
Can you get ahead of like a Liverpool? Because Liverpool are in a similar situation. Well, not similar situation. They're in a situation where they're in a transition at the moment. They've got like a new manager, new philosophy, new style. Can Man United, like, if Liverpool drop off, can Man U jump in?
But what Liverpool done that was very smart is they've already built that structure at the club. Liverpool's a very well-run, structured club. And what they did that was very smart was they didn't get a manager that's too different to Ten Hag. Sorry, to Klopp. If they went and got a manager that had completely different ideas, played a completely different style of football, then I would say it's going to take time to implement his way of work, his way of playing, and all that kind of stuff. But they've went and got someone who's in Klopp's mold and already has that structure there. So I'm not expecting Liverpool to fall too far behind, if I'm honest.
Chinks, do you think style of play is more important to Manchester United? Because obviously their style of play wasn't too appeasing to a lot of their fans, from what I could see anyway. So do you think style of play is more important for Ten Hag at the moment, or do you think it's more of a trophy thing? He needs to get another trophy to keep his job in that line.
I think what you said, the 2 trophies gives him a bit of breathing space, but I think it's a bit, style of play is a bit risky at this point, because of course you can implement the style of play and it clicks perfectly and everything's good, but for some reason, maybe I'm a pessimist, but that don't seem likely. Do you know what I mean? There's going to be some smoothing out and take some, I don't know, some knockbacks, because I was a bit, so no Champions League and you want him out.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. See, that's the thing, is it depends. But I would say the minimum is if he goes Champions, if he doesn't get Champions League, and we're not winning any trophies whatsoever, or we have a terrible European campaign again, and we finish 5th, then I don't see him holding on to his job. In fact, if it's even looking like that, I don't see him holding on to his job. If he finishes 5th and wins the Europa League and we get Champions League through the Europa League, then I can see him keeping his job. Do you see what I mean? Because that competition is going to be tough.
Or do you think he's the right man? That's what we want to know.
Ten Hag
is the right man to bring Manchester United. Because Manchester United,
I understand how people can deny this.
I don't know. Listen, man, I don't know. Is it like
I don't understand how people can deny this guy.
I knew when I was growing up. I know things have changed. I know.
Get out of that with it.
I know. But listen. I don't know. Like, I thought they were that team that they want to be challenging either for the title or they're doing bits in Champions Leagues. Do you know what I'm trying to say? This whole trying to get back into
the operative word you use, Ash, is was. We was that team. Is that in yours coming in? Is that their expectation now? The expectation has to change as a club.
I hate this. Cheating you with standards. I hate this. This is so unfair. I've heard this for years.
It's my job, bro. I apologize.
You're only as good as the 11 on the pitch. This whole institution of what your club is doesn't. It's who you got on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Man United are who they have on the pitch. The institution doesn't matter.
So, all right, who they have on the pitch, is that going to get them through? Because I'm looking at last season, right? And they've had Casemiro in the midfield, right? You had
like plugging a gap.
Well, the first season he wasn't. The first season
did he play his last 9 games in centre back?
He was scoring last minute goals in his first season. Remember, everyone's like, man, Casemiro was world class.
Don't get it twisted. Casemiro is that guy. Casemiro is that guy. If he plays in midfield, he's that guy. But
Casemiro is God. I'm sorry to break it, man.
He's not
Casemiro. It's over.
Casemiro is a baller.
Tactics. I back it.
How are you judging a DM? How are you judging a DM by how he plays at centre back? That is bananas.
So would you want to keep him in? Would you want to keep Casemiro in midfield then?
The only reason I think it's time to cash in on Casemiro is because it's huge wages that we can use elsewhere. We need to be focused on
financials, footballing.
Footballing. If I can have Casemiro DM alongside Manu all day, every day, the guy is insane. Like, he's literally one of the DMs of our generation, and people are judging him by his last 9 games playing at centre back in a decimated team, alongside a crooked old guy that used to play for United 20 years ago.
I remember when I remember before we had Bruno Guimaraes, we had Jonjo Shelvey, and I used to speak about Jonjo Shelvey the same way until we got Bruno Guimaraes, and I think it might be the same thing with Casemiro. The original question in terms of style of what Champions Leagues did
Jonjo Shelvey win?
No, I'm not talking about before. I'm talking about now. I think the job. So this links into what I'm going in terms of what Ashmatic was saying about style of play and trophies. I think the owners are going to demand both. I think they're going to demand. And why are they going to demand both? Why they're going to demand both is because I think he just got away with it this season because he won stuff, but also because all the top teams, even trying to be top teams, whether it's Newcastle, going from Newcastle, Tottenham, all the way up to Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, what's the common theme? High pressing, literally up on the other field. There's no more room for this counter-attacking, we're trying to survive football stuff. Like, you got no option for that type of play. And if you look at even the players that Man United are linked to, Branthwaite, Todibo, I've watched the Todibo live, very, very good, very, very proactive, very, very proactive and going up in the field. Maybe Casemiro does get better because your shape got better. Your forwards pressed in. You became a lot more compact. You looked a lot more better. You're going to maybe have more a little bit inversions. Your left or your right backs might invert. You might do what Tottenham do. Maybe they both invert. The whole point is you have to be high pressing. Casemiro has to make legs. Yeah, does he even want to play for Ten Hag? I'm not even sure about that. What that relationship? I can see Garnacho and Maino love him. And all of those guys.
No, Casemiro was if Casemiro didn't have to say, yeah, I'm going to go in centre back and give.
He's getting paid lots of money to do that. He better go there.
He's getting paid $350K a week.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
goalkeeper for that.
He was one of the players that stood up when Ten Hag needed him to stand up. I know Ten Hag left him out of the FA Cup final.
That Crystal Palace game told me otherwise.
And I know he flopped at centre back. I'm saying you cannot judge a midfielder by how they play at centre back. I think
but he's had some bad midfield games though.
He's had a couple. I'm not going to say he's not.
Just to finish off what I was going to say is, to play that style of football, you're probably actually better off with an Onana. You're probably better off, dare I say it, a Gallagher. you just need some energy in your midfield. You need something new and high pressing because
energy is not enough. We've got energy. Scott McTominay's got energy for
years.
No.
This is what I'm saying.
He's just not enough. He's just not good enough.
This is ladies and gentlemen. This is Stockholm syndrome. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I said about John Joe Shelby. He can do it for us. We don't want to sell him.
No, I'm saying we need to get rid of Scott McTominay, and we are going to get rid of Casemiro. He's as good as gone. Like
you watch when you put Onana next to Kobe Mainoo. You watch when you put Onana next to Kobe Mainoo, and I can't think of another ball playing midfielder. Maybe even Cunha. I don't know. But like your whole midfield would absolutely transform, and you'd forget who Casemiro is.
I agree. We need legs in midfield, 100%. But I just don't think that we can shit on Casemiro's name. Like this is one of the footballers of our generation. Let's not get it twisted. When you're talking about the best DMs, if you're talking your top 5 DMs and Casemiro doesn't get in there, you're having a laugh.
But not now, though.
He's no Jorginho. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Sorry, my computer glitched for a second there. I thought somebody mentioned it.
Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
I like Jorginho. I ain't gonna crap on his name. I actually think he's a decent baller. He's a good passer of the ball. He keeps things simple and he does what he needs to do. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, let's not shit on Casemiro's name. Like that guy.
All right, let me ask you a question, because you're the man that said injuries. You guys are not listening to injuries.
But what did I tell you though? What did I tell you?
Every club gets injuries apart from Arsenal. Yeah.
Last season. Timber, Party.
Sorry, whoops.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the tell to come out on what the hell's happening with Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? And they're players that are on some kind of I want piss tests, bro. I want to know what the man.
But when Liverpool had all these asthma pumps and stuff, no one was saying anything.
Yeah, bro. They got the asthma pumps, bro. Arsenal got the asthma pumps, bro.
No, we bought well, man. We bought well.
Regardless, yeah, of injuries, is it still top 4 minimum? Because I don't want to hear no injuries,
man.
Huh? No, that's what he said. Minimum. He said, bro, I'm not doing my job.
He's too busy being nice guy because you're asking him questions that you can crucify him for next season when they don't work.
Oh, this is the whole point of YouTube, bro. We get clipped. Right now. Everything you're saying right now.
This is what I'm saying. You know, man's gonna clip it up.
So I'm gonna get takes wrong. He's gonna get takes.
Man's gonna clip it up and at me. I said, don't at me, bro.
I'm like, Oprah, you could have one. You could have one. That's the whole point. Like we're here to kind of be shameless at some point, but say it with chest at the same time. Man, we're not magicians. We're not gonna know everything. Do you know what I mean? But like, I have to pose a question because if like, every team gets injuries, you're saying minimum top 4. If you man have the same amount of injuries that you've had last season, because some people are saying Ten Hag, the way he trains, is a part of the reason why there's so many injuries. Ian, but he's not here. But yeah,
Ian chat nonsense.
But you learn. But let's say that they made that maybe like 2% true. He'll learn from that. You know what I mean?
There is no team. You cannot tell me that. He's come to United and he said, "I'm going to train you differently to how I trained Ajax." Oh yeah, you're United, so you're going to run an extra 10 miles.
You know the kids.
What nonsense is that? This is nobody.
Ajax,
Klopp trains his players. Klopp trains his players like crazy. Their running stats says it all. Arteta, Pep, all of these managers are known to train their players. You have to train like you play.
Was Luke Shaw happy when he heard that Ten Hag is staying?
I think so.
I
think so. He's had I think he's had his best year at United.
He kind of outed him recently. I don't know if you saw that. He was saying Luke Shaw was saying that Ten Hag, without saying Ten Hag's name, but he was saying that he was forced to play when he was injured, and that's why he got injured again. Like he said that publicly. But
he also said, "I'm part." This is what I'm saying. These man. You see when you crop a picture, these men love to crop pictures. The first thing Luke Shaw said was, "I'm also at fault for risking my own injury," which means he said, "Yes, I want to play." Do you get what I'm saying? Then he played and got injured, but
I know one man. Yeah, he's not sure though. One man that's not sure about Ten Hag staying. Man, like,
Hey man,
hey, Sancho was like stressing, bro. Hey, listen, when Sancho saw that, he was like, "Oh, like, you might want to get rid of him." Huh?
You think it's possible to implement a style of play successfully in one season?
Yes.
Who's done that?
Tottenham did it for the first 10 games.
Bingo.
If you're talking about like consistently doing
The
it,
whole
but
season, it's not been done.
so
Do you know who's done it well? Do you know who's done it really well? It's Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace last half of the
they
season.
did it for 2 months. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They did it for 2 months. You got to do it for a year. Like we'll see.
I mean, Tottenham was the only place where my mind went, but then they had the fall off at the end. So
And it depends what you mean by. It
But
depends what you mean.
he's in his going into his third season.
Tuchel also done it in his the first year.
He
Where
did,
he came
yeah.
and won the Champions League with.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's the
easy.
expectation, but after going into his third year,
Yeah.
albeit with all the injuries last year, going into his third year, and if he gets backed properly this summer, he has to. There's no.
And there's
Yes.
always a caveat to that in terms of can you implement a style of play? Do you have the players to do it? So
Yeah.
I would say Eddie Howe did it, but then when we got to injuries, people could. In fact, he was getting playing because he was still playing up, like he was still playing like high. Dan Burn at left back, and I'm telling people this is who we are. Like he doesn't care. So it depends on how you see it. Like you can still do it, but I'll see more of a problem if you've got a team. It doesn't have to be necessarily fully fit, 80%, 90%, and you cannot tell the style of play. That's dangerous. That means something's going wrong.
That's coaching though. Is it down to the
that's
coach?
coaching. Yeah, 100%.
Is he good enough coach? Because he's like, I haven't got my players. But certain managers are saying, "Raw, you don't need your play. You just need to be able to coach." Do you know what I mean? Is he?
But
Is
the players though as well. The players
is
have to
he-
be able to take instruction.
Is it a tactics thing, or is it a coaching thing, or is it?
Listen, you don't need your first team, right? But if your first team and your second team are injured, if you've got Luke Shaw out and you can play Malacia, that's one thing. If you've got Luke Shaw out and Malacia out, and then you're looking on like your centre back, and Wan-Bissaka out, and then you're looking on your centre back who's not a good your third choice centre back who's not a good centre back to play left back. You're not going to be able to. You can't coach your way out of that. It's not possible.
Okay, so you're saying with a fully fit team, this guy is going to cook next season.
Bro, he's proved it. He's proved when he's got his
You
players.
obviously fell
He's
for
proved
that.
it. He's proved it. I'll clip it. Clip me up at me.
He's really happy with the news, you know.
I am. I'm not gonna lie. I am. I treated myself to a takeaway. That's how I feel.
Hey man, pop champagne, yeah. But wait, listen. Do you think Ten Hag is feeling like a bit of a sideman? Because I would be happy if I was the coach, right, or the manager, whatever you want to call me, and they're openly interviewing next man in front of me, like you're on a date with a gal, you're like, brother, I'm right here, like, what's going on? Like,
no, I don't think he cares. I think he's not emotional like that, honestly. From what I've seen of him in the last couple of years, all this stick he gets, everything he does, and he's still acting like it's all good. Like, I'm like, this guy don't give a monkeys. Like he told them to their face, I'm not playing Ajax way. I don't give a I'm not doing it, fam. I don't care what you man tell me. I'm doing the survival football, bruv. You can tell me what you. I'm going to need this big gap in the midfield and what, bruv? I'm like, nah, this guy.
No, but I respect. You got to respect the cojones, though. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they'll play atrociously, get outrun, and he'll forward into the presser and be like, "We played amazingly." And I'm just like, he don't give a flying fuck. He don't give a flying fuck. I know what he's doing.
Any delusion? Does that mean he's delusional though?
No, you know, I've seen Arteta does it on a lesser degree. He'll come out and say, "This guy's injured. This guy's out," and then they'll forward out, and everyone's available.
Deflecting.
Because we're fans, we think that he's giving us when Ten Hag's talking to the Man United fans, you forget we're all listening to use it against them. You know what I mean? So if he's telling you any poppycock, we know who's important knows Wagwan in house. The rest of you can fuck off, and I respect that.
They're saying to him, you've been conceding more chances than like Sheffield United, and he said, but you know we play some entertaining football.
This is what I'm saying. I've got to make sense of that. But that's the worst finish ever, Yobs. The worst
Ash, but
ever.
check the words he actually used.
right,
He
Yobs.
said
It's
we are the
correct.
most dynamic
Dynamic.
team. We are. What does dynamic actually mean? Dynamic means you don't know what the fuck you're gonna
We
do.
are. Hey, listen. You should be a politician. You should replace Sunak and them man in the House of
Brother,
Commons.
he's a big
You know
salesman,
what?
bro.
He's on the block on United fans. Because like you said, United fans, you said, oh, I'll go with him fun, bro. What are you talking about? I'm seeing nothing about happy United fans.
But you got to understand though. But you got to understand though, because what actually happens is Ineos have just bought this club, right? If you've just bought a club and it's performed the worst it's ever performed, it's not just Ten Hag that was under review. Everybody at that club was under review. They've had the worst injury record they've ever had. All of those medical staff are under review. So Ten Hag had to be under review, and they had to go out, and that's the first thing I'm going to do. If I've got a management team and I've just taken over any kind of company and the company's not performing, I'm going to go out and see what's available and see actually why was they not performing. So they've obviously looked into it and they've said, okay, we understand why you've not been performing. You understand the structure's not been there for you. You've had all of these injuries, but you've still managed to win some shit and you've brought through some young players. Ten Hag's like, yeah, because this is what I do. We're dynamic.
Bare chest.
Postecoglou can learn something from him because I've been seeing some. I'm saying when it's good for him, but when it's bad, Postecoglou's like the fabric of this club. The fabric of this club. Ten Hag is like, nah, bro. It's all the roofs are falling off, bro. We're still dynamic, mate.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Postman is throwing Tottenham under the bus. He was just like, well, if I can't, if no other managers can do it, mate, what makes you think I'm going to come and do it, mate? This club has got something wrong with it, and it's core, mate.
Do you know what I mean? And it's the flip flop that makes it worse, because when it's going well, you don't sound like this, and it's like, bro, where's your emotions? You're meant to have some, you know, with Top Boy when he's going back to his cell, it's like, composure, lads, composure. He has no composure.
It was all good just a week ago.
Trust me.
Ten Hag is telling him. He told them it's dynamic. He said it's dynamic.
Listen. Postecoglou sit there. You know where I'm from, mate. We just get on with it. We don't complain about it, mate. We just get on with it, mate. They get some bad calls. I don't know what we're gonna do. It's good. It's VAR.
Hey, listen, mate, we're going for the league. Well, it's almost like it's a reverse. I'm like, isn't boss? Eight hands meant to be saying, "Oh, we should be aiming top 4," and isn't like Ten Hag meant to be saying, "Yeah, we're challenging for the league." I feel like it's back to front. I don't know what's going on. Like,
no, you know what it is. See when what happens is we say, "Oh, when Ten Hag says he's dynamic, is he delusional?" Right? Why are we not asking if Postman is delusional? We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league, mate. Why are we not saying delusional?
He's a mate. I'm just copying Pep. What I know what talking about.
Do you get what I'm saying? When Ten Hag leaves a massive gap and says, "F it, I'm still going to play open football." Why is that delusional? But when Postman has his 2 best centre backs injured, has Son in the Asia Cup, and says, "F it, mate, we're still."
In the highlights, here we are.
F it, mate, here we are. Why is that not delusional?
But Ten Hag's smart. It's when he gets it over the line. Like, remember this after they won the FA Cup, and you keeping your job in that? And he's like, listen, if they take me out, I'll win cups elsewhere, bro. Like, what?
They wanted to run this real quick, innit?
That guy is dangerous, bro.
He's the same. straight face assassin, you know.
Straight face.
Straight face. I respect him, man.
Straight
but listen,
face.
how much did you lot spend on Ten Hag in previous seasons? How much was spent on him?
I think so far he's spent around 400.
400 mil. And how much is expected
No,
to be?
no, he hasn't spent 400. That's a lie. Maybe actually.
I think it's about that much. It's about that much.
Yeah. So for my research, it's about that. So then what? Another 200 on top? Would you reckon another 250?
No, do you know what? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on, Yoms. Go on. No, it's the question.
I was going to say, with all this financial power that United think that we have, that people think United have, we really don't. Like,
you see, you're broke. Man, you're broke.
We're not. I wouldn't say United.
If you ask Ten Hag, they got stash, bro. They got. Because I'm just walking through the car park and there's just money on the floor. Sheesh, bro.
No, but we're constrained by the same thing everybody else is, isn't it? Like, and we have players on massive wages that we can't get rid of. Do you get what I'm saying? You're not gonna get rid of somebody who's on 200, 300k a week and isn't performing.
Sancho, no.
Who's buying Sancho?
Juventus.
Maybe, yeah, possibly. Sancho's going for 40 mil cut price, but people know United need to get rid of him, so they're trying to take the piss. But Dortmund can't afford 40 million. Do you see what I mean? So it's going to be
the wages. It's the wages.
No one outside of the Premier League can afford that, man.
It's the wages.
Did you see? Was it in the group? Was it in the group? Someone showed they offered like 12 mil for Lukaku or something like that. So, did you not see that? Or was my algorithm messed up?
I knew.
No, it was Inter.
Inter offered that to Chelsea for
Lukaku or something mad like that.
Yeah, but when clubs know you need to get rid of the player, you know, Chelsea right now, I'm going in for their best players and offering them 12 because they have to sell.
But they sold them hotels and that, bro. Like, they're good. I thought they're good in that. Seriously.
How are they getting away with this?
Do you know it's a loophole? You can do it. Do you know the Premier League tried to close it and all the clubs said, no. We're keeping it.
Keep that open.
Ridiculous.
I need to sell this park down there, bro, to myself.
Bro, it's just so obvious, though. They got a separate... Sorry, go on.
No, go on, Chinks.
They got a separate adjudicator to work out the fair value of Man United City sponsorship and what they actually got for sponsorships, and it worked out as just exactly enough to keep them within the rules. And if that ain't fishy,
Cass.
Yeah. Well, what's this about?
Why is that? We'll talk about it in a minute. I just released the video, so I'll keep it to that one. But I was going to talk about this. It's going back to what you're saying about how much Ten Hag spent. It's not him that spent it, and that's the problem. For instance, the Anthony deal. He was meant to come for 40 million. They daddled and went for 90 million. That's not him, and that's why you got a board now. This board would never buy Anthony for 90. They won't even buy him for 40 million. Those days are over, and that's the scary part about it, because now they're going to go for players that they can actually they would love to play for Man United. And will probably sweat blood for them and get them for a decent price. That's the scary part that's coming. And Ten Hag has got no say in. That's what the renegotiation of the contract is. It will be no more veto power on transfers. Like, I'm sure the least would be like, he might say, I need this position, that position, but he don't get to look at the players. They just say to him, oh, here's the profile, and that's it, bruv. You just see some man walking into the training ground one day. That's it, fam. And Ten Hag, being the survivor that he is, he go to the guy and say, I always wanted you, fam. I've been watching you since.
You're my guy.
You're my
guy.
Straight face.
Straight face. Oh my God.
Where have you been?
You know what I'm saying? Whereas Postman would say, what are you doing?
Hey, 10-4, man. 10-4 will only go to the Dutch league. That was his talent ID. He was like, "What? Have you played in the Dutch league?"
But that's human instinct, though, Ash. When you don't have the structures around you, you go to what you know.
You say he's like a gal with a bag of
what you know. You know what I'm saying?
Like a gal with a credit card that's running restaurants.
Let's buy him. Bare weed smokers. You like Kelly? Come.
Oh man.
You see at Ajax, yeah? Did he work? He worked with like more young players, didn't he?
Kids,
Yeah,
well,
yeah, yeah.
kids, man. He's not used to working with
You
grown
see
men.
the parallel because he's blooded through a good amount of young players.
And he was working with Mark Overmars. Know what happened to him and all those other guys. So he was around crooks for a long time, bro. So he knows how to act. He knows how to.
I just clocked where that was. I said he's working with crooks.
Hey, but do you think Ten Hag could get rid of the or Ineos can get rid of the deadwood? Do you think that's going to be an issue for them in terms of like moving forward? Because I think you guys got a lot of players that you don't want, that don't fit the style of play that you kind of want to do.
You have to call us. You have to call us for that for them Saudi Arabian jobs. You saw them for Liverpool. You saw them for Liverpool. Big preach. One up.
What
You
just
have to
can't
give
you pay?
Plug, yeah? You're the plug.
on the plug, bro.
Just
You know
pay
what
them
it
to
is.
bounce. Just pay them
do you
to
know-
leave.
But do you know what it is?
Contracts are mad though, bro. Remember, they're like,
Pay them to leave, bro.
well, listen, we just got rid of Ndembele, yeah? Ndembele, he was on 200 bags, yeah? And we got rid of him. Yeah. He was raping us, bro. Left, right, and center.
He's the biggest fraudster since Diaby, bro. That
Yeah,
guy.
Since Quincy Promise.
Like Punch and Judy, like
Let's
literally.
free the guys.
Hey, listen.
Free the guys.
He's in the realms in Russia, bro.
Like, look at the Cup Iris one. You know what I'm saying? And we just paid him out. I swear we had to pay him out over 5 mil just to say bye. Just to say, like, he had a year left. We had to give him 5 mil.
It's the best way, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
That's
you might have
200
contract
bags,
bases
bro.
as well.
You, man, have got man them that are on 350. Like, Sancho is just laughing. Sancho's like, I ain't leaving.
No, Sancho's. You know what? Sancho's laughing in that his wages will get paid, but he's vexed at the same time because again, I think the good thing about this board is that they're not going to be pushed around. So either you are going to come back to United, or we are going to sell you on a full transfer for £40 million to a club that can pay it. Dortmund really could do it, but they're trying to do a thing and get him on another loan, so they don't have to fork out the money. And United are saying, nah.
This is Sancho right now, bro. When you heard him, why, David? Why is he?
But
that's what I'm saying, though. Like,
you guys are selling Greenwood though for 50 mil.
Hey, man, like rape.
yeah.
Like whoa.
Greenwood, man, I didn't say it. I almost said it. Greenwood.
Yeah.
Man wanted them, you know. Don't
50 mil, bro.
Keep him.
Yeah. I know not to throw stones in glass houses, so I'll be right back.
Arteta's like for the league, bro. For the league, bro. Yo. And Greenwood's an academy player.
Yeah, so that'll be 50 mil worth of profit.
Baller, you know.
He was an absolute baller, and just his stupid, idiotic behavior meant that we went and signed Anthony. Do you get what I'm saying? Because people are not really deep in like.
It would have been problems if he stayed on. It would have been problems
down that right flank. Just what I mean, but yeah, it is what it is.
Imagine you had Sancho, Rashford, and Greenwood.
Bro, I think Greenwood would have been playing over Saka for England, bro. Serious, bro. Like it's crazy.
You haven't that. Hey, check. You talking about your golden boy?
His screen's frozen. His screen's frozen.
It's not.
Oh my god! No, legit. He was emerging before Saka did, though. He was just before Saka was emerging. Greenwood was going to be that guy, and
you know what's mad? Yeah, this is so bad, and I'm such a shit person. I have no character. Yeah. Like, if Liverpool,
don't.
you know what I'm going to say, innit? You know what I'm going to say. Because Liverpool wore Suarez shirts, and I know it's not the same thing. But bro, this is football.
Chinks, 5 years down the line, you got 10 million subscribers. Some don is going to come and post this, bro.
Yeah. I'm not saying it should just be a straight. I'm not saying that at all, bro. But ball is life, bro. Ball is life. I don't wish no evil on anyone, and I hope everybody's okay. They go through the therapy they need. And maybe it's like a racist thing because he's a yellow boy in my image, yeah. But I feel sorry for him, you know.
For who? Greenwood.
For Greenwood, like his career's over.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
endorse this message.
over. He's doing okay in Spain. He's
going to Italy now.
Is he actually though?
Juventus are looking to buy the kid. They want 50. They're paying 50 million for him.
So why can he still play football over there, but he can't be at Man U then?
Because the fans here won't have it. The brand.
Yeah, they will, bro. He scores a hat trick.
The United brand can't have that. The United brand can't have that because actually, yeah, the case is the charges might have been dropped and all of that kind of stuff might not have been.
It's mad.
We all saw the video.
Yeah.
The video is terrible.
It's terrible, man.
The brand cannot condone that behavior.
Would you have about Arsenal? What? Chicks, about Arsenal?
In party in the middle of the
It's not an immediate no. There'd be some deliberation. Chicks it's a bargain. It's a bargain.
You say bargain.
Chinks and Ten Hag, like they're like.
You know what? Morally, no, but football ability, the boy is good, man. It just breaks my heart. It's such a waste of talent, man.
I think we could all waste of talent. But that wasn't the question.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. I'm a piece of shit, and whoever clips me in 10 years, I apologize and I don't mean it. But yes. This is bad.
You can't.
No way.
I'm assuming that you haven't seen the video because the video was bad. And the moment I saw that video, I knew he's out of England because your brand as a company can't condone that. If you play him and pay him, you're condoning it. And B, can you imagine that is just fuel for any opposition fan?
Yeah, but
we even saw what Bellingham did.
Yeah.
Which I think was out of order. What Bellingham did.
What did Bellingham do?
Bellingham
said it. Yeah.
Like he was like because I think Greenwood fouled him.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, Bellingham, bro. He's got that edge to him, bro.
And Bellingham is at the moment he's poster boy, nice guy.
And when you got two
Drake of football.
When you got two light skinned brothers as well, like
I know this
it's Titanic, bro.
Beige primary, boy. Jesus Christ.
It's a dance off, isn't it? It's a dance off.
Nah. Because now, what's his name? Is it Downing?
Yeah, what? Stuart Downing?
Johnson,
innit? He done something weird, went jail.
He one was vile,
bro. Oh, the white brother.
Yeah.
When he got released, he still played football, didn't he?
He did, but it was like I don't even know, like Conference League.
Yeah, he got sent to the sticks with the Wild.
Yeah. He was over for him, bro. And the thing is, imagine even being like in the changing rooms with Greenwood and that, bro. It's gonna be mad, bro. Like you're not taking that. You're not. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and your women's team is gonna protest, bro. Every game, the women's team is gonna protest outside.
You know that, bro.
You know it. I don't need to see it, but I haven't seen the video, man. To be honest,
Either have I.
Do you know what? I watched that and
he scored.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like, "What your first reaction is anger because nobody can watch that and think that is okay.
That's someone's daughter, isn't it?
That's someone's. Do you know what I'm saying? And B, my second reaction was like, who is around this guy, who's advising this guy, because you can't be of your stature and think that stuff like that's not just gonna be out there. Do you know what I mean?
And I think, and what's funny, yeah, and this might be a bit off topic here, but I think this is it's like a broader message now, because like I can't remember. There's this there was this thing I watched. I think it was with Rooney and stuff, and he was talking about like when he was at Everton and how like he was not. We'll say that again.
Looking at the grannies.
Nah, he was like, like, who was it? No, who was it? Who was it? Someone. They were talking about how like he had to make cups of teas for like a senior player when he was a youth player, and he had to run him a bath or something like that. And then when he'd run them a bath, they'll talk about football. So it shows like a level of seniority, and like even though you're at the club, you're still a small fish. Like, you get what I mean? But now
sounds like Diddy settings, bro. I don't know about that.
No, sorry, man. I said that all wrong. There was
when you said run him a bath, I was thinking, whoa, what is this
going? More sentiment than it was that. I think it was a Chelsea player, and he was saying that when Vialli was there, that he would always make him a cup of tea or something like that, and he would always be desperate to do it because it's like I get knowledge and experience.
I think you were talking about Darren Bent was saying that on TalkSport as well. Like he used to boots and that, and like you know what I'm saying, if you walked in and you was like too flash, like a lot of these footballers now,
they'll knock you down a peg or two.
Bags and that, they'll knock you down and say, what are you doing? Like, whereas now everyone's like, there's a competition around who's got the best boot bag and all that, who's got the most expensive stuff.
And then that's part of the culture, because from him, like from what I've heard of the video, you could just tell that he's a kid who's not really been told no. Like he said like that, he just had his way and no one says anything to him. It's like that culture 100. Of keeping these youth players under manners. They just tell you the world's yours, the world's your oyster. They give them all this money. That's why they don't have no respect, and you know what I mean.
And when you check it, that's why now you see a young player with like. Who's just like chill, and they're the ones that stand out. Like Manu, people are saying Manu's got an old head on his shoulders, but actually Manu's just how a young person like kind of should be in football. You know what I'm saying? Like same with Saka and that.
Do you think though? Like speaking of Manu, I think Bellingham's for me in the same category, but even he's obviously a little bit advanced. Like I'm surprised that sometimes I see a lot of hate on Bellingham, and it's not like from people almost saying that, the PR merchant, this and that. Like when people just hate because
I've noticed, bro.
Do you know what I mean? And sometimes you're just that good, bro. Like you're just that nice, and people are proper hate instead of appreciating it. Like, bro, these guys come once in a generation.
Export to come out of England, in my opinion.
Do you know what I think he's done it as
well? Other than Beckham, he's the best export. I think. What is that top scorer from Madrid, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's somewhere that's
either him or what's his name that plays on the left.
He had an amazing season. I know he had a
brilliant season.
Yeah,
I had an amazing season.
But I think he gets a lot of hate because he's not playing in the Premier League. To be honest,
you think that's what it is?
I think he gets hate. He gets hate from. We can go deep into the subject, but anyway, look, I just think it's insane. It's insane the level of hate
because he's of a certain shade.
But it's not from it's not from who you think. Like it's even from his own.
That's what it is. That's
it's crazy. So
it's mad.
I don't know. Like I almost feel like there's more love for Jadon Sancho, and that's because the same way people might love a Tyson Fury because they've seen like the person at their lowest, and there's that part that's broken, and then a lot of people can relate to that. So when someone's almost too good, like visibly, you think it's too clean cut. You can't stand that, but it's you got to be able to appreciate both for who they are, like, and what makes them. Like he's just like he was born and raised from that.
You know, it's crazy because I wish everybody has had the same energy with Saka.
Bad boy.
Getting back to Man U real quick. I know we'll get on to Saka in a minute. Real quick. But what do you lot do? I want to know, do you think, Jigs, that Man U could win Europa next season? Just top four, in your opinion, Manchester United. By yours, I want to hear what you think.
I thought he was going to ask like some deadly serious question. Like,
what you saw last season. No, but I asked obviously Yobs. Obviously, it was directed at Yobs, the whole Man United.
yeah.
But I need to. You are my panelists as well. I need to, from opposition, like from an ops like point of view, from actually not ops point of view, from a neutral point of view. Do you think Man United under Ten Hag can make that jump into the top 4, get past Aston Villa? Because I think a lot of people are writing off Villa. Get past Chelsea because Chelsea want an upward projection before they got rid of Poch. I know they got a new manager in charge, blah blah blah, but they weren't upward. Their players look like they're getting it together now. Will they get ahead of Spurs? Will they finish ahead of the Postman and even Newcastle? Because Newcastle could be on the way back up. People have forgotten about Newcastle. I don't know why.
You know what makes me say no? Yeah, because in his tenure. The only complaint, obviously, the league form can be better and all that, but it's this constant banging on and style of play. Do you know what I mean? And I think this year, because cool, you won the FA Cups and all of that, but it gets to a point where it's even happened with us. You need to do more. Do you get what I mean? But don't get me wrong. I'm not talking like I'm on a high horse. I'd take the FA Cups.
No, I'm laughing at the Spurs are going to
win. You lot are respect the platform, boys.
Adrian's comment, yeah. And hell is going to freeze over next season.
See with the Europa over Man United. Hey, what's today's date? Hey, listen, the 12th of June, Wednesday, 22:39. Hey, Adrian, clip this, yeah? Clip it up. Remember this.
Adrian.
Hey, so as you were saying before you were really interrupted.
Yeah, I think the next part of his process is style of play. I feel, and maybe I'm a pessimist, but I don't think that can be nipped in the bud in one season. I think there's going to be some rough with the smooth. Do you know what I mean? So that's what makes me think that I don't think he's going to win those competitions.
Right. Okay.
Personally,
so it's either he gets some cups and he finishes low, or he progresses up the league. In your opinion,
I think
he's got play will be the determining factor whether.
I think he's got enough credit in the bank to have it sounds silly, but a free hit of a season to try and implement his style of play properly. Yeah. Because if you want FA Cups and stuff like that, he's proven to you, cool, I'll do that for you. But in terms of longevity and progression in the league, style of play is important. And I think this is the best time he has credit in the bank to try and do that his way, freely, without the pressure of being sacked, in my opinion.
You got that guy's too funny, man. I'm sorry.
I'll send you the link now. Don't let these lads. Hey, respect. Hey, listen, Adrian, shout at me, innit? Don't worry. But yeah,
I think Ten Hag, if they outline, which I think they already have, is you're playing this style or whatever. Ten Hag's got no problem. Oh, no problem. I'll play that style. I'll play that style till the cows come home. Like I'm gonna play it whether it's
season stinky style that manure.
No. If they want him to play like high pressing or whatever, or possession play, he'll give it to them. No matter what the player to keep his job, he'll do it. Yeah, he'll do it. And I think he'll be smart enough to tell them, do you want to win cups today, or do you want to still play pretty football? How do you guys want to do it? How do you want to do it? Like I think he's got that for him. Honestly,
he's adaptable. He's adaptable. He's like a universal plug.
Because imagine what the fans will say is, say for instance, you can visibly see he's playing that style of football, but it's harming him because maybe he's got 5-6 players out, and fans can say that, but he's not changing or adapting because the guys the top says he has to play this way, so he's not losing. Like he's like he's just so.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
If you let him do what he's doing, I still think he's got a style of play. He's obviously played at Ajax. He knows what it is. If he's got 80, 90%, 70, I don't know how many players he needs to be fit to play his style, I think he'll play. I think he'll surprise people. I think he'll really surprise. I don't think he's got a problem with it. He just knows how to survive. Like honestly, I've never seen someone do it to this level. He just knows how to survive and get something out of it.
But wait.
There you go. That's what it is. I couldn't think of it. He's a cockroach.
I'm a survivor. Hey, listen. Wait. Can he win Europa? And where will he finish? Can he break that top 4? That's what I never heard.
Who are you asking?
You, bro.
Oh, top. Do you know what? I'm not going to make any predictions for any clubs until like somewhere mid-August.
That's what we're here to do, bro. Come on, that's the whole point.
Hey, get off that fence, man.
Right or wrong.
You just don't know. You just don't know who's going to buy who.
You left titty out like that, and you have to milk the cows. You know
Stop teasing.
We're not here,
teasing.
we're here to please the crowd right
You're
now.
not a virgin, mate.
I'm here to say, come sub, kumbaya. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to say,
Bad boy.
yeah. I need you to say with your chest, can Man U break that top 4, knock out Aston Villa, knock out Spurs, knock out Chelsea, knock out you, man, as well. You, man. Can they finish above you, man? Because you, man, are meant to be coming back next season.
Well, funny enough, like the last 2 seasons, Man United and Newcastle have been like the terrible twins. Last season, the season before that, they finished 3rd, we finished 4th. This season, we're 7th, they're 8th. It's like there's like something going on there. I don't know what it is. It's more like even if they finish 3rd, we're probably 4th behind them this season. Can they do it? They can do it, but I'm not making any predictions just yet. Just yet. I want to see who they buy. I want to see what they do. Like any other club, like Arsenal. Are Arsenal still going to finish? Are they going to be in the top 4?
That's a good question.
But what I don't understand. So just quickly before you answer that, Chicks. Yeah, what I don't understand is like I can talk to you about United till the cows come home. Yeah, but Postman and Ten Hag are in the same competition. Yeah. So the same questions apply, mate. Right?
I see what you're doing there.
Can Postman win the Europa League? And can Postman finish in the top 4?
Hey, listen.
Can I bring home the bacon?
Listen.
This is what
That show was yesterday, mate. I had that toughest of them, man. Crying to me.
Can Postman finish in the top 4? That's what I want to know. Can Postman win the Europa League?
Because you know what I'm like, Cash, I'll do it for you. That's box office and I'm out and I'm done. That's he's the greatest, you know. He's the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. I'm telling you that. Box office.
You guys can be in the final here. And Ten Hag's got like you had Europa League final, Man United, Tottenham. Ten Hag's got like 10 players out. You guys got a fully fit squad. Mr. Box Office is like, we're finished.
They could have.
Don't even bother watching it. You know,
they could have Ginola and Bale in the squad. He's just not airing it.
Hey, listen. Gymnastics. Hey, listen. 2 tactics avoided a question like a politician. So you still ain't told me, yeah, whether or not United could finish in the top 4. I still can't hear him. He's all like, I don't know. And now,
put it this way. This might irk a few Tottenham fans. Had Newcastle and Man United, I'll say it for this year. Had Newcastle and Man United had the same level of injuries as Tottenham this year, we would have both finished above you.
100.
Wow.
We would have both finished above you.
So, let me phrase it different. Yeah? Can Newcastle United finish above Spurs? That's what you really want.
Yes.
Oh, okay then. All right. Let's move on now. Because when it comes to Man U, you know you can bring trouble. Like you've got hot coals in your head. Let's move on from Man U. Let's move on because time is ticking. I was meant to put a timer on. I don't know how to, but I'm consciously keeping.
Just put a clock behind you.
Can you not see it at the top?
I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. But I'm audience, like, you know.
Oh,
I can see it. But yeah, guys, I want to talk about England. England. Southgate in the hood.
Sheesh.
Southgate's going to bring it home, yeah? Bring it home. So, yeah, guys.
Can't be Iceland.
Careful, man. Huh?
Can't be Iceland. I don't know what else do you want me to do.
Hey, Holland copied Iceland. Did you see that? 4-0.
That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do to Iceland. Yeah.
What do you reckon? England struggle against low block? Is this?
England.
With the creative players that we have,
It should be impossible. Like,
we shouldn't be struggling against the low block. It's mad.
Did you not watch the game? Sorry.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
So what was I didn't watch it. What was the reason we lost? Was it the tactics?
You know, I know what Yoms thinks. So that, like, Southgate has gone from being counter-attacking to try and doing high press, like in his last final 2 games. The players aren't used to it. And so I think there was a lot of gap in the midfield. So even though they went forward up front, when they lost the ball on the other end, they didn't know how to get back to where they need to get to and recycle the ball well. I think Iceland even scored in the counter-attack as well. So Mahri was playing in the 8. People were cussing him for no reason. He wasn't a 6. He was in the 8. But Mahri was not used to...
That's nonsensical to me.
Right. So he's changed it all up, and everyone's like, Then Cole Palmer was in central, blocking out. He was in the middle. It was Cole Palmer. Foden was out right somewhere. He didn't look happy.
I heard it was his fault.
It wasn't his fault. And you know, Kane likes to drop back as well. That's part of the problem, because Kane needs to just stay up front. If you're going to play that way, he needs to just stay up front. Because then you got Kane and Cole Palmer together like that. It's like broski. Like, it's too late to be doing this stuff now. Like, it's over.
Kane came back to England and thought he was back at Spurs. He thought he could just do what he wants. He thought he could just do what he wants. And the problem I think England have is that we just don't know how to defend. When you've got 1 or 2 defenders out, we simply just do not know how to defend. So any team that finds the space on the counter attack,
lads,
is gonna do something.
I want you all to repeat with me and say it all together. It's not Kane's fault. It's not. He's one of our own. It's Saka's fault, mate. Hey, listen, Saka and Maino, they're the problems. Do you know what I mean? You're meant to be an athlete. What are you doing? Yeah? Use that. You never got much brain cells, have you? You're an athlete. Come on. Run back.
So sorry to interject here, because I just see Guava Jelly 78 has just said that Kane can't press. So do you think he was literally just doing what he wants, or do you think that may have been like a tactical idea where he drops and then the wide forwards do the pressing for him?
I think with Kane, like, he can press, but he doesn't press effectively. Well, he's not known for, like, because he's not quick.
Yeah.
He's not aggressive in his press. But he does press. Do you know what I mean? For England, he does press, and he's like one of the people to lead the press at times. But I think what he does with the ball makes up for that. So when he's got 100%. The ball, he needs the runners. I think with Gordon's more of the man that will run in behind, if that makes sense. So he's looking for Gordon to run in behind, and maybe I know Bellingham wasn't playing. Basically, Bellingham wasn't playing, and a few of our runners that will start weren't playing. So I think when he's in the side, he's going to get his head up, look around, and then play those through balls. I don't think, if I remember right, Trent. I don't think he started, and Trent's another one that can play in behind. And that suits England's style in terms of getting bodies in the box, finding balls, because they'll play an ultra low block. They'll like play through us, and we just didn't have any idea how to like cut them open. So yeah, they were happy just to get let us have the ball. And I think a problem as well, I can't remember if it's the Iceland game as well, but like the midfield just wasn't. Yeah, it just wasn't really functioning. Do you know what I mean?
It wasn't midfielding.
No, literally.
But you know what? The hardest thing to coach in a pressing style of football is how to defend. Because once a team can break that line, that press, you're very exposed. And I just don't think Southgate knows how to coach defending when you're pressing.
Because the player's clearly good enough.
The players are clearly good enough.
Like Foden, Saka, and all these players, everyone he talks about says they're great at taking instructions. So it's like, now is it the instructions?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's got to be because these players also press for their clubs, right? Saka presses for his club, Foden presses for his club. All these players are doing this on a daily basis. So what instructions are you giving them that all of a sudden it's not working? Do you see what I mean?
do England have a problem also at their back line? Do you think their back line is a bit suspect in terms of like they brought? I don't know, how do you lot feel about Gomez, because we were talking about it in the WhatsApp group, but I want to get your opinion. Do you think Gomez is suitable enough to play in that position in the back line for England? Do you think he's that? Do you think it will work? Is he good on the ball? Is he good off the ball defending? Should he start, do you think? Or because I'm looking at what we have at the moment, we've got Gray as a left-sided centre back, we've got Stones as a right-sided centre back, and on the right we've got Kyle Walker, and then left back is Trippier, right? Trippier will play left back. I'm assuming he will start.
Or if Shaw's fit, Shaw starts.
Yeah, if Shaw's, yeah, but I could just see his hamstring pop in the first game. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's not fully fit. So I'm just looking at that defense, and I feel like it's patched up. Like, I don't think Stones is fully fit. He's a quality player, but I don't know if he's ready for this tournament to kick on for England. And then Walker just leaves us exposed because he likes to bomb up and down, and then that gap is right there, isn't it? And that leaves a lot of work for Rice to cover, to turn into a fullback to help him out when Walker pushes on. Teams know that. And also Southgate doesn't really switch up to say like, all right, cool, I'm going to do this differently. Teams are like, you play in a set way and like, all right, cool, this is what you do to beat England. You're going to hit their right-hand side, and they're not going to have much.
I think it's a structural problem. So because Southgate doesn't play like this. So if you're going to have Kyle Walker bomb up front, what's supposed to happen? Well, really on the other side, your left back is supposed to invert, and your centre midfielder, i.e. Declan Rice, will come and fill that gap behind Kyle Walker, because that's now the attack. That's how they've joined the attack. So if you do lose the ball, Declan Rice is there to sweep it up. But Southgate doesn't play like that. So in his mind, when they're all going up, you have to cover the risk everywhere. You don't play football like that. You got to know where you're willing to take the risk, i.e. Tottenham. You've got two fullbacks that invert. So you know you've got your flanks that's where Postecoglou is willing to take the risk over there. If you're going to play like Man City, you've got John Stones and all the guys at the front. We've got a Kanji joining your midfield, pressing up with Rodri and all that guys. And those part of what makes it work is that you got the three centre backs together, but they back themselves one-on-one with the teams. But Gahey doesn't play like that for Palace. Trippier doesn't really play like that for us. He can do, but that's not always the game. And you've got a right back playing left back, so already he can't bomb forward and do the crossing. So if you're the opposition, really, is the attack going to come from that right side? And it's going to come from Kyle Walker bombing up front and nobody covering him, which is where the goal came from. Yeah. So,
but
I sent you something in the private chat, Ash, quickly.
Oh yeah, okay, cool.
Is that the squad?
If
you can get it up, because if that is, we've got no fucking chance. Have you seen that defense?
I'll bring up the screen. I'll share it. Yeah,
because I'm not up to date with England because I have no faith in them whatsoever.
Part of the problem as well is that we've got all of these attacking players.
Yeah, look at the defenders. If you can scroll down a bit,
yeah. So this is before you come in, Jobs. Let's go through it real quick, but keep that your point in your head, please. So Dean Henderson is backup keeper, and so is Aaron Ramsdale. Pickford's number one. And defenders we bought Lewis Dunk. People aren't quite sure why he's coming, but he's there.
Ahead of Brentford.
Brentford, that's madness to me. I don't get it. But and also Tamari as well, who's a left-footed centre back. But anyway, Gomez, Mark Guay, Ezri Konza from Villa, moved down to Luke Shaw from Man Utd, John Stones, Trippier, Newcastle, Walker, Man City, Stones, Man City. The midfield, Alexander-Arnold.
How many Tottenham players are there?
Huh? Say again?
You heard me. How many Tottenham players are there? How many Tottenham players are there?
You pardon? Huh? So anyway, moving on.
Kane and Gallagher.
Gallagher.
And Eze as well, according to Adrian. There's a good amount of players there.
Listen. Hear what I'm saying. If England lose, it's not because of Tottenham. All right, let's move on.
That's
So,
true.
No, sorry, before you go here, Yoms, yeah, I just want to say, yeah,
man used to say that, bro. Go on.
but look at that defense, bro. And I never thought I'd say these words. They need Harry Maguire.
They missed Harry Maguire. That's what I was
Look
just
at
about to say as well.
100%, especially
They miss Harry Maguire, bro.
That box presence, like obviously,
He's
that box presence, that experience, that tournament experience.
Do you know who else? Do you know who else they missed as well in that game? Was Rashford. Interestingly enough, they missed Rashford and they missed Maguire in that game.
But Rashford would have been like hit. The only reason they missed him is because that's like the hit the emergency button. We need to go now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's the only reason they missed Rashford.
No, but you know what? Maybe it's the Arsenal fan in me, yeah. But like when every time I've heard, they just need some big boys to hold their hands through. Do you know what I mean? A bit of experience, a bit of know-how, a bit of I've been there before. That's what this was like, an Arsenal squad
and a solid midfield. What helps? Oh gosh, you see what helps the defense is known. I bet any money. Part of what makes Man City so solid at the back is because we've got Rodri in front of them. Like honestly,
yeah.
And I've always said England need a defensive midfielder. I think that position is so underrated. I can't think.
Adam Wharton.
And he's
saying Gallagher. People were telling me Gallagher's a DM.
He's not a DM.
I know this, but everyone's like Gallagher DM.
He's not a DM. You want to lose games like hilariously. You put him in
Once
DM.
you come up against quality opposition, you're gonna be found out.
Iceland was enough. Iceland was enough.
Yeah.
Iceland was enough.
So you got Rice there. Obviously, he's going to be in the 6th. And then we'll probably invert one of the fullbacks.
But he's not good with his back to goal.
Yeah, I know this, but I mean, this is what we're left with, guys.
The problem also is that Southgate wants to play two holding midfielders or two midfielders.
Oh, yes, it's a problem. Yes, you're right.
And he's got all of this attacking talent that he's then trying to fit into a 4-2-3-1 formation, and it just doesn't work. If you're going to use the talent that we've got, you've got to play a 4-3-3, and you've got to play a Rice holding, and then you've got to play Bellingham and
Trent or
Foden.
Foden.
Foden. I'll play those two, and then play a front three of Saka, Kane, and whoever you're going to play on the left, Palmer or somebody else. Personally, or Gordon or who. That 4-3-3 formation is how we're going to get our best players on the pitch. That 4-2-3-1 that he likes to play is just not going to work with the players that we've got. I don't think.
So would you play Wharton, Bellingham, Foden?
Yeah, but that's an experience.
I'll go Rice. I'll go Rice and just pray that Rice is enough to do the holding midfield role.
So, all right, cool. We're going to move on to that forward line because I think that's where the strength is. I think this is where all the England are putting all their energy and hope. Because I think that's the only way they can play.
They couldn't score against Iceland.
Yeah, I know. But it's
Very
just like
true.
throw the buck.
Bellingham just won the Champions League. Foden just won a 4P and they couldn't score against Iceland.
Yeah.
Bellingham was tired from Champions League final. Let me make the excuse for them. Saka was suffering from.
Kane insane. Absolutely
Kane didn't win anything, but that's okay. And then Gordon.
I cannot believe how have we skirted past that in all of these shows every week. How is Kane?
You can't even chat to Mainu.
Anything.
Mainu's there like FA Cup, got the FA Cup winning goal. Kane is just like, you couldn't even look him in the face when he came in, didn't it?
How is Kane's trophy cabinet still? I'm trying.
That's harsh, man. That's harsh.
But it's true though. For his talent, I just feel sorry for the guy.
Yeah,
it's mean, man. It's a cold world, man. Cold fucking world. Man. And he won the top striker. I mean, most goals, and it's a cannon. I'm just like, we're taking the piss. They're taking the fucking piss. And I'm an Arsenal man.
If Kane is going to keep doing that dropping in business, why don't we just play Kane and Tony up front? So literally, it's almost like Kane behind Tony.
You know what? You brought another point there too, because I looked at that thing we just saw, and I saw Tony there looking at me, and I was looking at him thinking, "What are you doing there?" So you put Tony ahead of Watkins.
Oh my god!
Yes,
I wouldn't.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Seriously.
yes.
Yeah, that's
I would.
mad. That's
In a
mad.
4-2-3-1, you can play it. Even you can even do it in a 4-3-3 because you're not playing 4-3-3 throughout the game. A 4-3-3 can turn into a 4-2-3-1 when you're going up front.
With like a cam and then
Yes.
2 up top. Yeah.
Yes. So you can have a Kane behind a Tony, and you can have a Wharton with a Declan Rice behind that. So you've got a little bit more structure, a little bit more solidity, and you've got obviously Kane can pop in behind. At least you've got a striker that's up front. Tony's good, and he can press. Tony can press. Brentford use him for that all the time, and supporting him will be Gordon or Saka or both. It might work. The only thing is, where do you put Jude Bellingham? Where do you put Foden? And you've got to be a brave man just to say you're on the bench, mate.
Yeah.
In that kind of situation, I think there's too much politics involved when teams when managers are, especially Southgate, is selecting players. Because I only think he brought Maddison in because of pressure. I only think because he brought Grealish in because of fan pressure. I don't think he actually likes them. Not that he doesn't. I don't think he actually likes them as they're not his pro. I don't think he knows how to use those type of players. In my view.
But I mean, wouldn't you say like if he was under pressure, he would have bought Grealish? Because apparently a lot of the squad wasn't happy. They were surprised that he got dropped.
But
Fuck the
Grealish's
squad, man.
performances
They're
and
drinking,
injury
buddy.
record this year has just been awful. If Grealish is going, then Rashford going. Like the
But
way
Luke Shaw, though. Luke Shaw, like look at his injury record.
Yeah,
but that's literally nobody else. That's literally he's got nobody else.
Well, bro, yeah, I hear it. I was going to say Reece should have started then, really. So wait, can we go through that midfield again? Who's starting in that midfield three? That's what I want to know.
Rice has to start.
Rice. But what, Rice in the middle? Are we putting Rice in the middle?
It has to be. Who's going to be 6?
So Rice in the middle and then Bellingham where? That's what I want to know before I put them down. Rice, Bellingham.
But Chinks, he's not even number 6 for Arsenal.
I know, but he can do it though. He does okay. He does an all right job.
He did at the start of the season.
Yeah, man.
And they were picking up points.
It should be Adam Wharton, man. Honestly.
He hasn't got the experience though. So are you going to put a kid in there? You know what I'm saying?
And I don't even know who that guy is.
Are you going to put G.I. Jane in midfield?
Yeah, I mean, 6 months ago, Wharton was playing. Wasn't he playing in the Championship?
England, unless England plan to loop the ball, do long balls, they're going to be playing from out the back, right? Can you give it to?
I'll take the cut play out the back, man.
Sheesh. All right then, let's do it.
What you saying? What Rice in the 6? Is that what we're saying?
It has to be. I don't particularly believe in Rice in the 6.
Are we doing a 4-3-3 as well? Or are we doing a 4-2?
Unless you're getting Trippier to invert and collect the ball, it's not going to be Walker. Walker's not doing that. Unless Stone steps up and processes it through the channels, which he can do.
Yeah, you could do that.
How do you lot feel about Rice as an 8?
Good.
I think he gives you a lot more in the 8.
Yeah, a lot more than 8.
100%. Excellent.
And then he could support Wharton, if anything, I suppose.
So what do you want to change the formation, make it?
So I'll put Wharton, Rice. I'm not sure who the third person will be. Possibly Bellingham.
Bellingham
has to play.
Is that what you want? Yeah, Rice as an 8. Yeah,
Rice as an 8. Jude as an 8, and Wharton as a 6.
But Wharton anchoring by himself is getting absolutely battered.
Unless
if we ever come up against a Portugal or a France,
what would happen is
Germany, he's getting absolutely mullered.
Don't Trent have to be in this team?
Not for me.
I think Trent should be there over Trippier. And that's
on the left.
On the left, though.
If what's Trippier doing on the left?
Yeah.
What's Trippier doing on the left? He should have brought Lloyd Kelly.
He's the captain, though.
He should have brought Lloyd Kelly. Just because he plays for Bournemouth.
Your new guy.
Yeah, he should brought Lloyd Kelly.
How do you feel about a back 3?
That's what he used to play with. That's what I was surprised he went to a back four.
It's going to be the same thing. So when you go up front, it's going to turn into a back three.
Yeah, so someone will step out of that back because I
Yeah.
think Kyle Walker
Stones
is
will
like a dual role.
Yeah, exactly.
Stones will step out and will be a double pivot with someone.
Oh, okay.
But we're saying, I'm saying Wharton, the physicality, I'm not too sure about Wharton. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I think Rice can protect him.
What do you think about Trent's inverting as a right back instead of Kyle Walker? Or would you just keep Stones as the invert, not the invert?
Walker is number one on my team.
He has to be there, isn't it?
Yeah, he's the best right back in the world for me.
You're putting Gahey there.
Well,
yeah.
Who else have we got?
Oh wait.
You know what's weird, yeah? I'd put Walker.
Where? Left centre back.
Move Stones over, put Walker beside him. Because I respect Walker defensively. He's not easy to get past.
But centerpieces.
But I don't think Walker goes centre back though.
No, it doesn't. It'd be a waste.
Southgate's got. You see what we're saying now? Southgate's got.
He created this problem. He created this problem. Like
he did, didn't he?
He created. Why didn't he put Rico Henry? He could have got Rico Henry from Brentford to
play
left
back to that long injury. I think that's what it was. He hasn't had enough game time.
Okay. I think Rice has to play the 6, and then you have to go for
I think so. I'm gonna put him there, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna put Rice in the 6. I agree. I mean, all this Wharton and that. He's good in the transition on the ball and all that, but in terms of like physicality, he looks like G.I. Jane, bro. I'm not having that.
Certain fans below 25 won't know that, won't understand what you're talking about. Right?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Google it. Google G.I. Jane, guys. You're under 25s. Are we saying who's playing alongside right?
So you don't rate Maino? You don't rate Maino?
Look at Ahmed's
comment. Maino could be the 8.
Look at Ahmed's comment. Is there any validity in that? What Ahmed just said about Kyle Walker?
I don't see
Walker, who can't cross to save his life. He shouldn't be on the left. Left.
No, he should be. He's saying
he should be on the left. Oh, he should be on the left. Oh,
that kind of makes sense to me. Weirdly,
to do.
Yeah, to do what though?
To do what? Like, unless you're saying let's just say it's going to be a centre back pairing of Jones, Stones, Gahey, and Kyle Walker on the left, but then you're going to put Trent Alexander on the right to invert and join in Rice, possibly. But that's complicated.
This is how I know Southgate bowed down to pressure because Aaron Wan-Bissaka should be there playing on the left.
Oh no, that's not pressure, bro. That's just wisdom, bro.
No, but you know what? Wan-Bissaka, he's a good defender, or is that left him?
No, he's a good defender.
He's a good one-on-one defender. He kept Salah quiet. Salah didn't have.
It's not hard, bro.
There's very few people who can say that they've run past Wan-Bissaka. I'm just saying.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we're trying to do mathematics. Like, I don't know. It's not that hard.
We might have to do a bowling and play 4-4-3.
Ash, you put what team you want, and we'll critique it. You just put the players there.
Yeah, because this is very difficult.
You know, just escaping responsibility.
And you know what it is? I don't like the 4-3-3.
But this is what's going to happen. I'm going to put these players in. I'm going to make it easy for you guys. And the people in the comments can criticize.
Foden?
I think it should be a 4-4.
No Foden.
No,
I think it should be a 4-4-2. Yeah,
what's Gordon doing there?
What do you mean, bro? Getting more goals.
Foden.
Getting goals than more than anyone in your front line, bro.
We've got.
Yes, this is what I wanted.
What are you saying, more players?
You've seen the players that are at England's disposal, and you're starting Anthony Gordon.
Yeah, the one that's got 21, 22 GA.
The world has lost its mind, bro.
The elitism, bro.
All right, so who goes on the left then? You tell me. Who goes on the left?
And it Palmer or Foden?
Tell me.
Palmer. There's no way you're telling me
Palmer or Foden.
Because
Palmer was not on the left. He plays
Palmer
he plays behind the striker on the 10.
Exactly.
No, Palmer can play. Palmer can play left.
If you said Foden, you have more validity. But Palmer's not played on the left for Chelsea. He's played on the right football, he's played in the 10. He's not playing on the left.
You can play
Well,
on the left.
that's his ability,
If you can
though.
play on the right, you can play on the left, man.
Week out for Newcastle.
You're a baller day in, day
Listen,
out. If you can
he
play on the right, you
folded
can play on the left.
Mickey Van der Ven like a pack of cards, like a deck chair. That's what I saw.
Either way, I'm not having Gordon. I'm not having Gordon there.
What's going on?
I'm not having Gordon there. No way.
Yeah, but Palmer had a better season than Gordon, though.
Did he?
Did he? He had more GA. He had more GA, and he finished above him in the league. Or am I wrong?
Palmer literally carried the entire Chelsea team on his back.
Because that's not hard though, bro.
On
Like
the right hand side.
Chelsea are so
on the right. Drop Saka.
Saka could play right or left. I
All I'm
like to
saying
think Palmer
is,
could
for
as
me,
well.
Palmer's playing. If you need a player that's going to
See
produce
what
a moment of magic,
are we better than a
he's gonna do
4-4-2?
that.
Are we better than a
I
4-4-2?
think so. I think so.
He's not going to play
I
a
think-
4-4-2, guys. I'm being serious, bro.
But he's going to play a 4-2-3-1 then, isn't he?
He's playing a 4-3-3, man.
You just said he plays
Actually-
4-2-3-1.
Ash's playing a 4-3-3.
Oh, 4-2-3-1, sorry.
Yeah, 4-2-3-1, no?
He'll play a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, he'll play 4-2-3-1. All right, let me change that then.
That's how conservative he is, man. He's actually ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why's Gahey there, bro? Like, yo,
Who would you exchange him for, Toon?
damn burn, bro.
I knew it was going to be someone from Newcastle.
Gonna move it around.
Who else is
How
out
do
there?
you- All right, so what's the you see the double pivot, yeah? Who could you replace Rice with to go alongside Wharton? Because I'd rather have Rice at centre back than Gahey.
What centre back?
Oh
Yeah.
my lord, it's all coming out now. I should have just at the start of the
This
show.
is how I know Chick FIFA, you know, and just be doing a madness on FIFA, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, he's got the attributes. He can play centre back. He's done it for West Ham.
I'm gonna put Maino here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Finally.
Mainu.
Finally.
I'm a
Yes.
United fan, but I don't know.
It's risky.
I think Mainu and Rice are too similar in style.
No way. Mainly
If I
like
were to-
Clarence Seedorf said, this guy reminds me of myself. Declan
fuck
Rice
off.
is not saying
Fuck
it.
off.
He said it, bro. I didn't say it.
Ain't he
said
Dutch?
it.
He's
What is
Dutch.
that? What?
They smoke the reefer, man. They smoke the reefer, man.
What's the best one to read for you know? Smoke for a pipe. Hey, listen.
So you're going Anthony Gordon above Foden, yeah?
This is the team I think
lost
is gonna-
your mind.
Over Foden and
You lost your
Palmer.
mind.
All this talk about Foden in the group, the greatest ever footballer to lace
Yep.
up a pair of boots.
Yep.
Anthony Gordon over Foden,
Yep.
Ash. You
Yep.
lost your absolute
Listen.
mind.
It's either Bellingham or Foden. It's not between Anthony Gordon and Foden. It's between Bellingham and Foden. You
Why?
got it wrong.
No,
Foden-
man.
no.
He's played
Foden,
left. He plays
This is
everywhere
Foden.
across the front line.
I did a big piece in the group. I said, listen, when you play Foden out wide, you lose all of his talents.
Exactly.
I said it online as well.
Exactly.
To make the point. And I said, look, to
Exactly.
be fair, I shouldn't even be comparing Saka and Foden, really, because Saka can't do the 10. And then you were like, nah, Saka has played everywhere. Saka used to play fullback. Saka used to play here. So it's unfair to say that. And I was like, brother, Foden is a 10. I'm telling you.
10.
He cooks in the 10. You know what I'm
He
saying?
does cook in the 10, but he also cooks out wide. I've never
Nah.
seen Foden in a
I
place
don't
where he
know,
doesn't
man.
cook.
Nah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
he's
I've
not
never
good at
seen him in a
wide.
place where he doesn't cook.
Losing.
bro.
And I think that's why he didn't play well against Iceland, because he was playing out wide. Actually,
Exactly.
Was he playing 10?
You
Yeah,
either
No,
play
he was playing in a 10. He was playing in a 10 again.
Yeah,
in that 10, you either play Foden, Cole Palmer, or Bellingham, and you just have to say, look, you man are getting two of them are getting benched. And
Yes.
it's not
True.
and it's not,
They
and
can't
it's
all
not
fit in.
that's just the
If it
reality.
doesn't work, you can't
That's
have
just
them
the-
all.
That's just the reality. That's just the reality.
We'll see, because I actually think this is the lineup he will go with. I think
He won't.
you've Gareth Southgate the thing here.
I think
I think this is what he will. I think this is what he will go with. And what will happen is that we're going to see a change to this come the third game. That he's going to be like, we'll probably scrape a win and a draw in our first two.
And
And then he's going to say, nah, bun
Europe,
this
he'll
thing,
be
bro.
like, oh, shit, I need to change him.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, I need to change this, bro. Madness. Anthony Gordon over. Oh, no, you're having
This is crazy, and you know what? Looking at this here from a distance, looking at these players and their profiles, this doesn't look like it works.
Why?
Because I just don't. It don't make sense.
Kane plays number 9 for Bayern.
Yeah,
Saka
but then Bellingham plays as a forward basically because he goes
so that's
forward.
where he is. He's in the 10th position.
But Kane's gonna be there.
Yeah, they're going to interchange. So what will happen is Kane will drop in, and then Bellingham's going to make later runs into the box. Booyah! That's what's going to happen.
And what does Gordon do?
Gordon runs out here, bags, bro. He bags in this side, cuz. What are you talking about?
You know what's going to happen? Gordon's gonna run out there. We're not going to have anybody. Trippier's
making it up there,
what's going on?
Making it up there, Yoms.
Trippier's not making it up there. And that left side is going to be
overlapping Gordon.
Like a madness. He's going to ask, wait a minute, what am I doing here?
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
That whole right-hand side, that whole left-hand side for England is going to be suspect, bro.
So Foden's going to make it all better. Foden's going to make it all better.
Scroll down, Ash. Look at that. Listen to what Yom just said, and look at that fucking right side.
That side is a mash-up, bro.
If you have to pick a weak side, look at that fucking right. Look at that side.
You've got a weak side. I told you.
Both sides.
They're not winning nothing.
Both sides, bro. Rice, Walker, and Saka. It's not fucking weak in comparison to the other side.
Yeah. That's why he should have.
Look at inexperience, and you got out of position Trippier.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's why he should have bought Branthwaite. That's why he should have bought an actual left back other than Luke Shaw. And he's praying right now. Right now, at this time, 23-18, he is praying, bro, that Shaw is fit. Because if that's Trippier, bloody hell.
Nice to be sure. Yes, I know. I agree. You should be sure. Sure should be playing.
They're gonna overload that side. Every team we play is gonna have 8 men on that side of the pitch.
Yeah, 100%.
They're not even gonna bother with the other side. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
That's preposterous.
This is what Southgate is going for, bro. I'm telling you. This is what Southgate is going for. I'm letting you lot know. This ain't my team. This is the team I think Southgate is going for.
No. Don't do that, Ash, because you just said I'm going to put the players in, and then you pick the same team as Southgate. Southgate.
What are we doing? Are we picking our team or are we picking Southgate's team?
No, pick your team, Ash. Pick who you would have in those positions.
All right.
And it's something tune before we is Gordon good defensively?
Of course he is. He can't play for Eddie Howe and not be good defensively.
Okay.
You know,
makes a bit more sense.
If it's my team, all right, because everyone was like ducking responsibility. I said, right, let me just do Southgate's team then.
Yeah, let's all do our own team.
Well, I ain't got that much time though, but yeah, all right, cool.
So, you know what? I'll be dangerous, bruv. I'll play Kane and Tony together, bruv. Maybe a 3-5-2.
Yeah, 3-5-2 for me, mate.
Can we not do a joint one, like where we agree or not? That can't work.
Let's what formation we want to do then, lads?
If Foden ain't playing out wide for Yoms, he's not. He's leaving. He's going home, bro. He doesn't want
he's getting my vote.
Is it allowed in goal? Can Pickford stay in goal? Is that allowed?
Yeah,
no, Ramsdale.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, I'm joking. Are we all in agreement with a 4-4-2?
A 4-4-2.
Considering we've got a left back, I think a 3-5-2. Hey, Toon, you got a 3-5-2 vote, ain't you?
3-5-2.
I'm with Toon on that. That's 2. You lot better agree or you've lost.
I'm going 4-3-3.
4-3-3.
Don't be that guy, Ash. Don't be that guy, Ash. Don't be that guy, Ash. Don't be that guy, Ash.
4-4-1-1. Oh no, I'll go Man United style. I'll go Ten Hag 4-2-2-2. I'm joking.
Or you can go postman and go 2-2.
It might not be a bad idea. It might not be a bad idea.
I know, seriously, what are we going with then?
Someone said 3-2-4-1 and put in Pickford, Gray, Doug, Stones, Trent, Rice, Bellingham, Palmer, Foden, Saka, Kane.
3-2-4-1.
Just try that.
Nah, bro. That's too much. That's too much FIFA, bro. 3-2-4-1.
3-5-2. How do you feel about 3-5-2?
All right, cool. 3-5-2.
3-5-2 I can live with.
3-5-2, yeah?
3-2-4-1.
Go once, go twice.
Yeah, I'm happy with 3-5-2.
What is that?
Go.
What the hell? Michael. Was that Michael that put that? 3-2-4-1. Michael.
Hey, listen. Yeah, Michael.
I have a double pivot though.
Miguel.
Madness.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, let's what we doing? What we doing? Come on, let's finish this up, man. What we doing? Come on.
Walker
on the right, Stones in the middle.
So Walker here, yeah, on the right.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, Yobs.
Yeah.
Nah.
What then? Who then?
If you're playing 3-5-2, how are you playing? You have to play 3 centre backs.
No, but he can do it,
And
man. He's done it.
And Walker has to go. He has to play the wing back.
Walker's played centre back for England, though.
Yeah, he has.
Oh, all right.
I remember Southgate used to play him there.
Yeah, Southgate used to play him in the back three.
What if we start from the front this time? Because maybe that might dictate who we play at the back.
All right. So who's up top? Kane and Tony?
Tony and Kane, bro. Go for it.
You happy with that, all of you?
Oh my lord!
What are the other options?
I'm asking.
I personally wouldn't play those two.
You want Kane and Watkins? You want Kane
I personally wouldn't play those two.
This sounds silly, yeah, and maybe I'm too much FIFA. I'd say Bellingham and
that's exactly what I was going to say. Kane and Bellingham up top. If you're
okay, fine.
And Bellingham can kind of drop a bit.
I just want to end the stream, so I'm I'm no longer taking part in this. Kane and Bellingham, let's do it. Kane, Bellingham. You know, see what the comments are saying. Yeah, go on. So, who's playing in this? How is this 3-5-2 looking? Who's in the midfield? Who plays the 6?
Bro, I can't even answer that. I didn't co-sign this.
So I'll be
the man that co-signed this, bro.
So I would have you'd have two 8s, 1 6. So the 6 would be Mainu for me. I'll have in the 2 8s, I'll have Foden and Cole Palmer.
Right. Okay.
What? You're going to 3-5-2?
No rice.
1 6.
Yes, sir.
You're not trying to defend at all.
Attack!
We're gonna have the ball all the time. That's why we ain't gonna have to defend.
3-5-2 with 1 6. You know.
You got now. Who's Gareth Southgate? You got his spirit, bro. You have to release yourself.
That is wild,
Yeah, loosen up, sir.
You release yourself.
3-5-2 with 1 6. So you've only got 4 defensive players on your pitch.
That's right. Because we only need
that's bizarre.
Against Iceland. That's all you need. So I'll put Cole Palmer, Foden to be able to and Mainu.
So before you put that in, yeah.
Yoms is 5. Go on, Yoms. And then
if you wanted to play France tune, what would your midfield be?
Then I'll put Declan Rice instead of Cole Palmer.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
I'll put Declan Rice instead of Cole Palmer. Yeah.
All right, Yoms, what are you saying, man? What is your midfield? Let me know.
You ain't heard my right wingers.
Go on then.
Trent Alexander.
That makes sense, you know. That makes sense to me.
All right. Trent and who? Right. And who up?
Left winger. Anthony Gordon.
All right, cool. So Yoms?
Now I understand the single pivot. Now I understand it.
Now I understand it. It's beautiful when it works.
Yoms?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I just didn't co-sign this, bro. This is mad.
What did you want? What formation did you want?
I wanted a 4-3-3, but this is a madness to me because that midfield with 1 pivot is getting absolutely. And yeah,
by who? Slovenia, bro. What's Slovenia doing, bro?
No, but you've got to think we ain't gonna come out to Slovenia and Iceland. We're gonna come out to Portugal
in the group stage. We are.
No, the first game. We're doing the first game, lads. The first game.
Okay. First game. You can. Who's our first game?
Slovenia. Let's go.
Slovenia, brother. They should have taken me. That is anything. Slovenia, you put anyone on there randomly. You've got a randomate button.
Let me
Randomize
check. I
button.
think it might be Serbia. Sorry, I'm just waffling. I don't even know. Hold on. It might be Serbia.
Yeah, they got Serbia in them, man. Them I can play Mitrovic in them, man.
Personally, if we're playing this formation, I'm going Rice, Mainu, and then I'm going Palmer on the left, Saka on the right, and Foden.
And Foden, yeah.
Where's Foden gonna go? Well, next to Palmer.
Yeah, Foden will go.
We play Serbia on Sunday.
They're gonna have a Kieran Dyer and Lee Boyer fight, bruv. Like, yo. Gonna be getting Jim's way.
Say again, Mainu. So Rice in the 6.
Yeah, Rice, Mainu.
Yeah.
Foden.
Yeah.
And then out wide, Saka and Palmer.
Okay, cool. Jinx.
I'd go Rice. I just had to pick Rice, Mainu, double pivot. Foden, the other midfielder, but he would go forward. Do you get what I mean? So it's like a 2 and a 1.
Yeah. That works.
Right, say again. Rice,
Manu, but kind of like a double pivot, kind of. But then the other 8, like Mainu and Rice, whichever one you want, 6 and 8.
And Foden.
Foden, the other one, so he can support the front 2.
Okay. And then the wingers? Saka, come on. Say Saka.
Saka.
And your boy Palmer, isn't
it? Yeah.
All right, I'm just doing that, guys, just to make it easy. All right. So I think that's the consensus. We're going to put Rice the 6. Yeah?
Yeah.
We're putting Mainu over here. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Kobe Mainu. There we go. Double O. And then Foden.
Yeah.
As the more attacking 8 out of the 2. And then Saka.
See, championship manager now. I'll just pick auto select.
All right. Sorry. And what's his name?
Palmer. Cole.
Yeah. Palmer. Pause. All right, cool. All right, so we're doing the back line now, yeah? What we say? Yeah. Almost there. We're almost there. Back line.
Stones,
Walker, Stones have to be, and then you've got to Gay, really, isn't it? It's gonna have to be Gay, or hopefully Shaw, but I don't know.
No Gomez, no? Not Gomez.
Maybe Gomez.
That makes sense, you know. That's a good save. Because he's been playing left back recently, quite decent.
Yeah, for Liverpool, isn't it? So, So what? Walker on the right. Yeah. Everyone happy with that? And so this is against Serbia, guys. We're playing against Serbia. Stones here, just to make that clear. So,
I didn't co-sign this.
You're not happy with this, no?
No, I'm talking for you. Your inner thoughts.
Okay. And as the left-sided centre back, you guys want Gomez. You don't want Gomez. Gomez over Gay.
I'll say Gomez.
Gomez over Gay, yeah?
Yeah.
It's all about getting it wrong, you know. It's all right to get it wrong.
That's my FIFA team.
That team will work still, I can't lie.
I think that team can work. But you know what that team is dependent on is A, pressing and pressing well, and B, when not pressing, Saka and Palmer being defensively astute.
Palmer can't do that.
That's the thing.
And you know what? That's where I think your golden guy can maybe in tougher games can maybe.
You guys are thinking, go on.
I have to say, who comes off the bench and affects the game? Because we've got a hella strong team on there. Who's coming off the bench to cause damage?
And you got who is it again?
Nope.
So there's Tony Watkins.
Bowen
Gordon,
and
Bowen, Eze.
Eze's doing bits.
Eze might be the one. Eze might be the one to come off the bench and change it. All right, cool, man. I'm happy with that, man. I'm pretty much happy. But I hear like the pressing from Palmer. Is he disciplined enough?
I think just tuck him in next to Foden. But I think they'll get into each other's way. I don't know if I almost feel like it's Gerard Lampard situation. And
this is why I was saying, like you were saying, because you can't play all of them, can you?
You can't play all of them.
No, you can't, innit?
This is the problem.
That's why I'm not saying Gordon is better than Palmer, but in a team in England, isn't it not better to have a different profile of a Gordon and Foden rather than a Cole Palmer and a Foden? These two are going to be cussing each other. I'm in the center. You're in the center.
Yeah, I think we say that, but all the best teams play their best players. I don't know why England can never get their best players onto the pitch.
Michael said Trent as a double pivot instead of Mainu.
No, I don't trust Trent.
It's going to be that'll be wild on that side.
I don't trust him defensively at all.
That looks all right. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's only Foden's going to be vexed, bro.
That's rude, isn't it? After all he's done to be replaced by this cheese string looking brother.
Hey, I'll tell you, hey, listen, man's Palmer. Hey, don't fuck around with Palmer. He's freezing out here, bro. Listen, but yeah, Foden, to be fair, has played on the left, so that to me would make more sense. And I think if it's not the game, you bring Trent on. So like Trent will offer you that ball over the top. If Maino ain't cutting it, you take Maino off.
Yeah.
Trent offers those balls in behind, switches.
Trent offers those balls. It's crazy.
Get out of here.
That is funny, man. The thing is, like with that would be good is that Palmer and Bellingham can even interchange.
They can.
Yeah, they can.
They can. That's why I did that. Team. That's why I did it. It's just to show like it's flexible. You know what I mean? Whether Southgate does that is a different talk about. Just to finish up, guys, because I'm going to finish now. What do you guys make of the Chelsea links of Duran? John Duran from Aston Villa is being linked to Chelsea for 40 mil. Now, 40 million. Now, once upon a time, Chelsea were linked with a so-called player that Arsenal were linked with, and so were Manchester United. It goes by the name of Sesko. They were also linked with a player from Napoli, a guy called Osimhen or Osimhen. Osimhen.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you got it right. But yeah, basically, they've gone from those guys that are a certain level, and then they've dropped down to Duran. That's bagged 5 goals. To be fair, he's bagged 5 goals. 5 goals. He's 20 years old, and he's had about 3 to 5 starts for Aston Villa. And that's why you probably haven't noticed him. That's why it's kind of a hard question. That's why I'm throwing it at the end. Is he going to be that guy to kind of give competition to Jackson? Can he replace Jackson? Is he what Chelsea need? Like, because I used to be scared of Chelsea. I don't know about you lot. After they did that whole Caicedo thing, Lavia, they were just moving Recky. I thought, oh, this is the old Chelsea. They might just steal your transfer. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, don't show them too much of your players because they might just.
Yeah, they might John Obi Mikel the thing.
I still ain't Hugs.
Did they do it with Willian as well?
Yeah, he was on the medical table. He was on the medical table. Yeah.
Hey, don't do that. We're talking about Tottenham right now, man. We're talking about Chelsea. So, guys, do you think Duran is that a step below? Is that step below their grade? Can he make the difference? Can he help with their push? Because I know they're doing Project Youth up at Chelsea. Like, it seems like they're getting the youngers. They're trying to get better juniors in there, and they're saying, look, they're gambling and basically saying, look, in the next 2 to 3 years, this team's going to be like bopping the park. But is that a risk in itself? Because not every player may come good. Like, you've seen what's happened with what do you call it? Speedy Gonzalez Flash. Forgot his name, man. Mudryk, yeah. He looked like Flash in it from Incredibles. Yeah, him. Do you not think Chelsea are moving in the right direction by doing the project thing and getting these players young, or do they need like more certified shooters? Because it's a risk, no?
Do you know what? I've only seen Duran in that game against Chelsea, actually. So I think, funny enough, the fact they brought in the Tosin, it shows me that they are bringing the level of experience into their team. I was worried they're going to get.
They're moving broke. They're not moving like Chelsea. They're moving like raw. We can't spend here, spend here. Is that the PSR doing its thing, or?
I think they're moving smart. I think they're trying to build a spine. They need to get some leadership in. Obviously, Thiago Silva has gone 400k off the wage bill, so they can afford that. They just need someone with certified, like
400k.
Yeah. So Tosin's coming in for about 120, 135, whatever, and he's just bringing that. So I mentioned Tosin because I think
I'm paying him 400k.
Yeah. So I think that's why they're trying to get that experience. And I think that even Jackson, we spoke of him. He shaved his hair. He's becoming a normal man again.
See when man go blonde, yeah, they're going through some midlife. You see it with Chris Brown. You see it with all those footballers.
Cisco started all of that, right?
Anytime you see them go blonde, you know they're fighting demons, right? I'm telling you, it's either they go up or they go down.
They're fighting serious demons. So I think they
just shave their head. You're right, bro. Man, come like Samson, boy.
Exactly. So I think they're just bringing that. They're trying to bring a spine in, and I think it might work. I thought they still might get an experienced striker in. They still might bring in Ivan Toney, or maybe someone that you might not necessarily think. They might still even bring we're looking at him, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Now, people might fall off their chairs and start laughing, but that guy's 27, 28 years old. He's not going to be playing every game, but he does add maturity, and he does add that kind of leadership in
Newcastle's level, man.
He also, and rich of me to say, but he also gives the injury guy, the medical team, keeps them in their job, because this guy is always, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is always injured.
This year was a good year for him.
How many games did he play? Maybe
30 plus games.
Oh, that's good.
So he was only off because he had a fractured cheek, actually. So the old injury around his hamstrings is, for this year at least, is gone.
Yeah, I hear that.
So,
I'll be honest and say I haven't seen too much of this
Duran
guy. I've not seen too much of him to be able to say whether he's good for. But I just don't know. Like, I thought Chelsea didn't have any money. Like, I thought they had to sell Gallagher and that. How are they making a £40 million signing when 2 weeks ago we was talking about they've got to get rid of Gallagher for 50 million?
Because so the way the cycle works, June. Now that we're going to June, we're going to the new cycle. So you can still buy what you want. The hotels were sold for the old cycle, so that's what they're making up the payments for. So
right.
So that's all good. So when they sold Mount, people thought that PSR went into the year coming into this season, but it wasn't. It went for the old season.
The year before.
Yeah.
50 mil. Oh. Manchester United have as little as 50 million in the transfer budget this summer.
They're just talking mad, bro. What does 50 million mean? Like, do you know what I mean? Does it mean for the amortization? Can you buy like 5-6 players and spread it over? People just do them scary numbers and that. We got 30 mil apparently. Like, it's just mad.
It's lies, yeah.
No one really has no one can give a concrete budget, like, because it's always going to move. It's going to be fluid. Who you sell, what installments you pay. It's always going to change. How many hotels you can move. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, that's mad. I just think them kind of headlines there are just nuts, bro. That's clickbait.
That doesn't make sense for a team of that stature.
Plus, you don't want to go into the transfer window saying, "Yeah, we're the team that's got all the money." Like, because everyone pumps up there. You're the team that goes, "Oh, bro, man, so you got like a tenner. Come on, bro, let's go halves and that, bro." Like, so, you know what I mean?
All right.
It sounds ignorant, but I have no faith in any Chelsea transfers. I think they always get it wrong.
Is that hate or is that real? Is that just actual analysis?
They got Cole Palmer, right?
I bet both.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Loads of penalties though, but yeah, I'm
Hey,
What's wrong with penalties?
I'm hating.
clip.
That's hate. That's hate.
I'm hating.
Because Saka scores
People, I'm
penalties.
about to say people use that against me. Yeah.
Hey, this is what
Like
I
Cole Palmer, yeah. But yeah, majority of their transfers are just pants. So
What about Elise though? I looked at Elise, Chelsea heavily. Can they do
until he puts the shirt on, I don't
something?
believe none of that stuff, man.
I think-
Everyone
I
wants Elise,
What do you
innit?
go to Man United though? Do you reckon Elise will choose Man U or Chelsea? Where will he go?
he ought to go to Man United, but I think he'll go Chelsea.
If I'm say I'm Elise's cousin, yeah. I'm saying to him, you go to United, you are guaranteed your Garro, you're playing in it. You're playing down that right hand side, regardless, because Anthony ain't giving you no competition. If you're going Chelsea, you're competing on that right hand side. You're competing with Cole Palmer. What are Chelsea really going to move Cole Palmer to the left? Nope. Are they going to play Elise on the left? Does he want to play down that left? I'm saying United have got a little bit of stability now. We've got a new. I'm selling the dream, innit? I'm selling the project. So yeah, for me, the better choice, if you're saying where does Elise go now, the better choice is United for sure.
I think with Chelsea, he has got to compete with Madueke as well. But he might fancy himself because he's thinking, right, I'm a bit of a baller. So don't matter where I go, I'm gonna take their shirt.
Or he might stay at Palace, do a Sesko.
Yeah,
Stay at Palace, see it out.
That makes sense.
To be honest, I think Eze's the better player anyway. I don't know if that's just me. I think Eze's the better player.
I was having an argument because, like, with Eze, like I think with Elise he's got a higher ceiling, and I think people have recency bias. And I did the numbers. I said, look, I'm not going to go too heavy into the stats because stats can lie in it. But this season, Eze scored more. Like Eze is more of a shooter. He's more of a gunman. Last season, he outscored him as well. Eze outscored Elise as well. I do understand in terms of playmaking what Elise offers and why teams are going after him. He's younger. Eze is 26. He doesn't look it. Black don't crack. I don't know that. Yeah, I'm trying to say he looks like a little midget. But Elise, he's a bit taller. He's younger. He's 21. And he's putting up numbers. You're like, right, you know what? The ceiling might, you know what I mean? So Elise has got more of that potential. So I get why the hype's with Elise at the moment because the season's been different. And he just looks like he's got that killer instinct in it. He's just got that kind of, I don't know what it is. I can't describe it. But when you watch
and
him,
and he's good on set pieces as well. He's got a free kick in him as well.
There's Eze. So there's Eze. So Eze's set pieces and free kicks too. But people forget because like I feel like Eze was Elise was watching Eze because Elise last season was just assistant. He weren't really scoring goals, and then this season now he's put the goals in. He stepped up, and so people are seeing that and they're like, maybe that can, you know what I mean? But for me, Eze, like he has to be like he's in his prime right now. He's in his prime right now, and he has to do the damn thing. He has to make the step up. Whereas Elise can wait maybe 1 or 2 more seasons.
Yeah, he's got time
in his hands. And under Glasner, he's going to be playing that 4-3-3, pressing up high. He might be enjoying himself. They're looking to buy Joe Bellingham, so it might be Eze that goes. Who's got the release clause? Both of them got the release clause.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah,
similar prices as well. I think Eze is probably a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, Eze is a little bit cheaper. Apparently, Man Utd are in for him as well. What I read. But
Tottenham got no.
We'll take anybody right now.
The old Trafford.
Anyone that can run and just stay fit. We'll take you.
Why you got Casemiro, bro? Why you want Eze for?
I said can run. I said can run.
Guys, I'm gonna end it on that note, man. I'm not gonna keep it any longer. I've gone over my time. I wasn't meant to, but it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? We move. But yeah, guys. Thanks for coming on. Big up the chat. The chat was bumping as always, man. Big up the chat.
Yeah, big up the chat.
Wavy, bro. These man
love to the chat. Apart from that one comment, what was that formation? 2-4-3-2.
I thought the one that's
in the Europa League.
Michael. I'll bring you one, yeah. During the Euros, Miko, holler me, yeah.
I don't big up that chat, bro. I don't big up that chat, bro.
Don't have it. Don't have it. Don't have it.
Small down that chat, man.
You know what expression is? Expressions less of that. Less of that. Yeah.
All of that. All of that. All of that. Yeah.
We don't talk trophies out here, bro. We don't
I like this right here.
All right, guys. So, yeah, on that note, Team Tactics, you got anything coming up? You want to plug anything?
Literally, I just released a video today entitled PSR Help or Hindrance, and you guys will see the thumbnail. We've got all the red what do we call them? The red cartel on one side, and we've got the Man City owner and our owner on the other side. They're trying to drag us in, but anyway, so it's all about the PSR. And about the team. So let me know what you guys think of that. Even if it's just say hi on the comments, just you don't have to give me like a brilliant review if you want. Just say hi in the comments, like, share, and subscribe as always. And I'll be releasing material every other week. And I'm planning to, I haven't told Ash and Yoms this and Chinks as well, towards July and August to do some pre-recorded videos with them, and we actually go through their squads. And I'm asking them live, so they got no choice. If they say no now, that's sheesh, bro, that's deep. So anyway, we're gonna.
You know, we're very.
So do look out for that. Do look out for that, guys.
Cool, bro. All right, love for the love, guys. Chinks, Yoms, you can find them here, man. You can find them here.
Yeah.
But
Who's that? Where's Chinks gone, bro? Who's that?
I'm here, man.
Oh,
you know me.
The clock.
Hey, he's got into smooth boy, Bobby Valentino, bro.
You know, I have to come here and school you guys about football every week, and that's it. I'm over to you, Ash. That's it.
This is how you know Chinks has got. He had the hair done. Did you see when he jumped on? He didn't want to mess up the hair. I did. Like headphones like, he had the headphones like this. He didn't want to mess up.
Hey, he's sharp. He's sharp.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Joke.
But yeah, guys. Yeah, man. In a piece, man. I'm gonna end it there, man.
Big up, man.